right. Once upon a time. Once upon a time in the land of lines, there was a thing called slope. The equation for slope is y1 minus y2 over x2 minus x1. I mean, y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. The numbers are just, make sure that you stick with the same coordinates. So whatever your coordinate you have in the first spot needs to be the same coordinate in the first spot for both sides. That's it. Okay? Remember that you have to rise out of bed before you run to the bathroom, because if you do that backwards, no. All right, here we go. There are 4 types of slope: positive, negative, 0, and undefined. Right? We'll talk about all 4. So let's try example 1. Define the slope of example 1. Just pick a point to start with. So pick one of the y points, which is -5 is definitely a y. If you pick 2, that's good too. Let's pick -5 since that's the first thing I heard. It's -5 minus 2. Since we started out with -5, then we have to also start out with -1. Exactly. Right? So -7 over -6, which is 7 over 6. Right? So go 7 up and 6 over. P.S. for the run, rise is up or down, positive or negative. Run, always go to the right, to the right, to the right. Right? Unless you know how to work backwards. Will you still get the same thing if you went back, if you went the other way around? If you did 2 minus 1, or sorry, 2 minus -5, yeah, you would actually get the +7 and the +6 straight off, right? Just make sure you're consistent. That's all. All right, here we go. The x-intercept is where the line crosses the x-axis. There it is. And y-intercept, y-axis, right? We all know the x-axis is the horizontal or vertical? Horizontal axis. So this is the x-axis. So the x-intercept is right here. And just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the coordinates of this thing would be at A, x and y. Yeah, alphabetical order, 6 and 0. Yep. Okay. The y-axis then must be that vertical axis. And so the line crosses right here, and if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the y-intercept is at 0, 7. Yeah, right? This is the y-intercept. This is the x-intercept. Good. All right. Good times. Here we go. The x-intercept, notice when we go back to this graph, the x-intercept, the value of y is 0, and the x and the y-intercept is 0 as well, which makes problems super easy to solve. So, for example, if you want to find the x-intercept of this thing, you just set the y part equal to 0. So in other words, that just cancels all of that. So you just do the 2x plus, if y equals 0, then that 3y would just be 0 is equal to 6. Right? Divide everything by 2, you get x equals 3. So the x-intercept is at 3, 0. Okay? On the y-intercept, x is the 0. So everything on this x part right here is nothing. So the 0 plus 3y is equal to 6. Y is goes. So your y-intercept would be at 0, 2. Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. All right. Finish my sentence. Y equals 0. Y equals mx plus b. Y equals y equals mx plus b, where m is your slope and b is your y-intercept. This is the slope-intercept formula line because it tells you the slope and the intercept just by looking at it. Awesome. Here we go. So if you want to write an equation in slope-intercept form, you know slope is 3 and b is 1, so it's going to be y equals, yes, Jedi. Good job. 3x plus 1. Over here, this is going to be y equals 7 over 2, right? Which is super easy. That's why I like to It looks like the simpler formula. That's why they push it so much in high school. Point slope is actually what they like because you don't have to go backwards and find b, right? Here you do. So for example, if you wanted to write an equation of line in slope-intercept form, right? Let's say you have a point where it crosses and then the slope is 4, okay? Since we don't know what the y-intercept is, you kind of have to, using that formula, y equals mx plus b, we're going to fill in what we do know. The line does cross at a y. What y does it cross at? 6, right? So it crosses at this y and this x. So 4 times -3 plus b. There you go. 6 equals -12 plus b. Okay. And -18 is equal to b. 18 is equal to b. Why am I thinking negative? Sheesh. Okay. 18 is b. So therefore the equation is equal to plus 18 minutes. Not bad. Okay. Here's what you get to practice a few times today. What if I didn't tell you the slope? You have to use the slope formula. So step 1, find the slope. M is equal to, give me some. 5 minus 3 over 1 minus 2. So it's 2 over -1, which is 2. Step 2, find b. Let's look, they gave us 2 points. Doesn't matter. Both points go through the line, so you could pick either one, right? So let's pick that first point right here, all right, to be your x and y. So to find b, you know, we're plugging into the equation y equals mx plus b. What y do we know? 3 equals -2 is your slope times the x is 2 at that point, plus b. 3, oh, plus b, sorry. There you go. 3 is -4 plus b, so is even? All right? Oh, good. So 3, the equation is a. I feel like you know this. Yeah? Oh yeah, this is gonna be super easy. Super easy. All right, here we go. If 2 lines are parallel. What? Seriously? Yes. If 2 lines are parallel, wait till you get to vectors next year. Here we go. When 2 lines are parallel, they have equal slope or same slope. Okay? So their slopes are the same. Perpendicular lines, you just take the slope, flip it around, and change the sign, aka they are opposite. Our word. Reciprocals. Okay? Okay. Here we go. For example 7, if it's parallel to this line, what is the slope? What is it? It's 3. It's 3. Okay? Example 8, if it's perpendicular to this line, we know the slope is 3 over 1, right? So flip it 1/3, but change the sign. -1/3. -1/3. Joy! Joy! Okay. Here's a classic SOL question. What is the line perpendicular to that and passes through that? All right, talk to me. Good. What's the slope going to be? Perpendicular? -1/2. Exactly. And we know it passes to that point. So the y value is 2 equals -1/2 times plus b. Yeah. 2 equals -3 over 2 plus b. What do you want to do? Jackson didn't like the way I did this before, but I mean, do you want me to multiply by 2? No? What do you want me to do? That's 3/2. That, oh no, you can't see it from back there. Select. There you go. Hey. It's so ugly. What? Okay, here we go. Yeah. So, I mean, I like getting rid of the denominators. You okay with that? We're good? Okay. Get rid of that denominator. So whatever it is, just multiply everything by that. So it cancels that out. Multiply it by the 2, you get 4. Now, since you multiply it here, all it did was cancel the 2, so you'd just leave that 3 right by it, right? Plus 2b or not 2b? All right, here we go. 7. I know, I make you religious. Here we go. 2b. I'm getting antsy. So your b, 7/2, is too much. What? Okay. So May's equation is x 7/2. Yay! Joy? Joy, am I going too fast? I will slow down. Slow down like molasses. Here we go. All right. Oh, standard form. I didn't even write standard form. Oh, right and slope intercept form. Okay, interesting. Here we go. Okay. The standard form of a line is A, B, C. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, here we go. It's AX plus BY equals C, which just means you have the X and the Y on one side and C on the other side. Easy day. So let's compare the two. Here we go. Write the equation in slope-intercept form. Slope. This one's already in standard form. Notice in standard form, all of the numbers are like whole numbers. They like to have it in whole numbers. Okay. Or I'm sorry, integers. No rational or no fractions. Yeah. Here we go. So to change it to slope-intercept form, we have to solve for y basically. For y. To get the y equals mx plus b. Start by moving that -3, so you can get 2y equals 3x plus 5. Divide everything by 2. You can have it a couple ways. Either 3x plus 5 all divided by 2, or you can divide that 2 individually by the 3 and by the 5. Have you seen this both ways? Yeah? Okay. Okay, here we go. So, going from slope-intercept to standard form. All right. There you go. Why do we use standard form as like? Believe it or not, standard form makes it easy to graph as well because it sets up the y-intercepts and the x-intercepts really easy. Because all you have to do is cover up one of them and you solve for one of the intercepts. That's why we use standard form. Yeah. All right. Talk to me. No me gusta las fractions. So, Ian, yeah, multiply everything by 2 because standard form we got no function. So, 2y equals x minus 6. Yay? Yeah. I'm going to keep the x positive. If you move the x over, that's fine, but I'm going to keep the x on this side and move the 6 to the other side. So, you could be x plus 2y, or you could have done negative x. I'm sorry, not plus 2y, minus 2y, right? There we go. Yes. All right. And, okay, so minus 2y. Or you can move the x, be negative x plus 2y equals negative 6. But that is too negative for me. Here we go. I did have, nope, never mind. Let's change it around. So x minus 2y is equal to 6. Good old symmetric property. That makes you, that lets you write the equation the other way. Yes, my dear. What did you do from the 2y equals x minus 6? To the other side? How do I move the 6 to the other side? Add it. So 6 becomes positive on the other side, and then 2y would become negative on the other side. Anytime you switch sides, you change your sign. Okay? Okay. All right. Shall we graph? 1, 2, 3, and here we go. Yeah. They like pushing slope-intercept form because it's the quickest way to see where the graph is going to be at, because it tells you the slope, it tells you where to start, right? You start with your y-intercept. So for example, in example number 12, where's the y-intercept at? 3. So you start at 1, 2, 3, right? There's your y-intercept. And your slope tells you to go up to and over 1. So literally you go up to over 1. Remember, always go to the right over 1, unless you can go backwards. If you can see where the pattern is, you can go backwards. So if you go down 2, you would go over left, because the negative divided by negative is positive, and you want it to be a positive slope. Hey, right. Okay, here we go. Remember that a line continues on forever and ever, so you have to have arrow points at the end of your line. They don't just end at those segments. They keep on going. Sure. Okay. Here's what I was talking about with the other one. It does say it's usually if the line is y equals mx plus b, but if it is in standard form, you can easily find the intercepts. Easily. So for example, if it's standard form, then just find the intercepts. Okay. That's an I, right? So for example, in the x-intercept, we know that y is equal to 0. So the y is cut out. 6x is equal to negative 10. So x is equal to negative 5/3. Yeah. Negative 5/3 is about what? There you go. About negative 1.6666666666, right? Right? Is that true? Okay. So here's negative 1. There's negative 2. So 1.6 is going to be right here-ish. Truth? Yeah, sure. Just go for it. If you want to find it in slope-intercept form, you're more than welcome. But, yeah. When it's already in standard form, it's less work if you just find the intercepts. For the y-intercepts, the x is the 0, so you're just going to have 2y is equal to negative 10, so y is equal to negative 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the y-intercepts. Yeah? Oh, so easy. So easy. So your line-ish, sorry about that, here we go, looks something like a that. Yay? All right, the last two, those are the fun ones. And I say that sarcastically. Here we go. Y equals negative 3. I'm just, it's all good. It's all good. Okay, so if y equals negative 3, that means the line will be negative 3 at y the entire time. So let's find y equals negative 3, which is right here. Right? That means it's going to be negative 3 here, here, and here, and onwards, and here, and here, and here, and onwards. What kind of line is that? It is horizontal. Exactly. It's just we're crossing y equals negative 3. Yeah? Last one, x is equal to 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yay. And then x will always be 4 on any of these points or any of these points. It'll always be 4. So, whoo, it's a vertical line. Sorry about that. Okay, let's talk about the slopes real quick before I cut you loose. Here we go. This slope right here, when it's completely flat, what kind of slope is that? 0 slope. Very good. There's no m. There's no mx part. So that means the slope has to be 0. So this thing has a 0 slope. Right? Okay. If it's like this, straight up and down, what's the slope? Undefined. This would be an undefined slope. All right, here we go. Here ends the lesson. What you have to do now, you've got a couple of assignments before you take off, all right? First, as you can see, no, let me just hit pause.